Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, going out to everybody who just joined me in this wonderful session. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Today's session promises to be another beautiful, another entertaining, another educational, inspiring, and a beautiful moment that I am going to have today with my brother. Why am I excited? Because this is one person that, the person I'm going to talk with today is one person that has been part of my journey. He's the person that at the time that I was on administrative process, I was calling him to tell him that, bro, I think the story is changing. Although the first time I was denied my F1 visa, that one they gave me a 214B. But at this point, they just gave me a 221G, which means that I've been placed on what we call administrative process. And then he was, all over the place encouraging me that, bro, this story is a little bit different. And then we thank God for it. At least they've not given you a total denial. We just have to pray and be thanking God that everything works well in your favor. And so it will be a good time to listen to him since he has been here before I joined him. It will be a very good time to listen to him as he talks about his process, the schools that he was able to get to, and then what he studied, first of all, at undergraduate, right? What program did he study? And then what did he travel to the US to study? Which school? Was he able to get any scholarship? We'll be getting into all of that today, right? But first of all, you know how I start. I want to be hearing from you guys. How is the process going with you? Have you received your admissions? By now, I want to believe that you have put in all your applications, particularly for those who are heading for the fall 2025. By this time, you should have everything, like everything in place, because we have deadlines that are pretty much like uh, passing by. So by now, you should have everything by your side. Where I am currently, I know that the scholarship for those who want to get into fall 2025 today happens to be the last day for those who want to join me here for the fall 2025 application. Currently, the school I am, this happens to be the last day. That is the 1st of March 2025, right? So guys, I want to hear from you. How are the applications going? Please just try as much as possible to put your stages, your progress so far made. I want to see them in the comment section so that I will be talking about them and all that. And most of you probably realize that I've started another season, another content also called Ask McRae, right? And one of the best questions I should say I've received so far happens to be that this sister of ours says that he wanted to choose one of the schools in Texas. I think she said the University of Texas, but when she was able to join the one of their webinars and stuff like that, she heard that when it comes to the international population, 70% of the people there, of the students there, they are all Indians. And so she heard that when it comes to campus job stuff, these people would hijack everything. They would hijack everything. So she has been skeptical about this entire situation, this entire thing, right? And so I actually had to advise him that, you do not have to worry about all this stuff, since you're also going to be like an international student joining the entire community. So if you have any question, you can record it, send it to me, and then I would also do the answer and put it up for you to also, see. So I want to say thank you to everybody, those who are currently in the comment section. I see you, Benny Sowusu, and I see you, Dr. Doom, already joining me here. I want to say thank you to everybody. So I'm going to bring my guest on board for him to first of all introduce himself, and then we get to this wonderful session today. Remember, if you have any question, leave it up in the comment section, and I'm going to be trying to attend to all of them. Prince Owusu is already saying that I have booked the appointment for my visa interview and still waiting for GA decision. GA decision from USD. That's the Department of Special Education. I may have something a little bit to say about this somewhere along the line, right? And also Benis Owusu, she is saying that I'm waiting for graduate assistantship, then I continue with the process, getting the I-20. Oh my God. I've been advising you guys, don't wait, do not 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 wait. It's not going to favor you. The current date for visa interview right now in Ghana, Accra, is in September. I recently applied for somebody, and then we were able to get 4th of September 2025. And so if you are waiting, you still wanting to come into for the fall 2025, this will not help you. I would always say that get your I-20 and start hunting for the visa dates. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Get your I-20, use the service ID to hunt for your visa date, because the dates are not going to be probably favorable to you. So please get into action. All right. Oh, somebody is even saying that there are no September dates. That means that the things have changed already. But we'll be getting into that. I want to bring my brother on board so that we start this conversation. Please share this link. I want to appreciate everybody. Please share this link for me. Share the link, share it. All right. Thank you so much. Let's get to it. Without much ado, I bring my brother on board just to share this time with me. Apostle, how are you doing, sir? Can you hear me, Apostle?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. How are you doing, Apostle?
By God's grace, I'm doing very well. As you can see,
okay.
I'm sorry I have to join like this, but yep, I can hear you. I can see you. So
great.
Well. How about you?
I'm a blessing. My brother happens to be one of the busiest person ever I've ever worked with. So you can see that he's still driving somewhere from one appointment to one another. But he decided to just join me today and share his experience with us today. So my brother, I want us to begin by, why don't you just do a quick introduction about who you are, your name, for those particularly seeing your face for the very first time, so that we get into the other part of the conversation today.
Yep, sure. So my name is Norbert Godsway Boso. I don't know where to begin from, but like the introduction. So my name, what else? Yeah, I mean, I've been in the US for probably about 5 years.
Okay.
Now I also came through school to, and then after school I have a job right now. And
oh, glory to God.
Yep. So
you have an idea about how tough things can be after school, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, we went through the whole meal, so
yeah,
we definitely do have an idea.
So that is one important thing we're going to be talking about. So guys, if you're also wondering about opportunities or work life after, how do I call it, school, we're going to be talking about that. Most of the stories that you will hear that, oh, America, you will get a job after this thing, job is assured. Sometimes it can be easy to get a job just after school in Ghana than in the US. Why? Because of the national service. At least you know that after school, government is going to post you. At least you get somewhere to go. But US is different. So we'll be talking about that. So please don't go anywhere. Share the link, and then we'll get into this conversation. So, my brother, let's begin to do you still remember some of the schools that you applied to 5 years ago when you were coming to the US to study?
Yes, I do. So here is the thing. I was super focused on the type of schools I wanted, and also the kind of program I wanted to be in.
Okay.
I didn't want a 2-year program. I wanted a 1-year program.
A 1-year program.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I would go into it. It's definitely different depending on individual circumstances. So in my case, I've been working in Ghana for like 12 years. I had like that extensive experience. I'd been in the banking and finance sector for all that long since I completed my undergrad from the University of Ghana. I had my undergrad in accounting from the University of Ghana Business School. And then also I am a qualified accountant with ACCA UK. So I was kind of super focused. I didn't want to waste time coming to school for 2 years. I knew exactly where the kind of job I wanted to get into after school. I was looking more into consulting or some financial services role, or probably, switch more into um, uh, an accounting, or let me say, an accounting or finance role. Some institutions. I wasn't really focused on getting into investment banking.
Okay.
So because I felt I'd already paid my dues. Investment banking can have long hours. They are the kind of people who can work 80 hours a week. And I felt, hey, I've already paid my dues in Ghana. That is not my lifestyle. So I'm just trying to give all this background so that it gives viewers, the perspective with which I made my decision in my choice of school.
Of school, yeah.
Right. Because choosing a 1-year program, first of all, there are not so many schools that do the 1-year program. So you'll be limited in the number of schools you can apply to. And then number two, the 1-year program means that you don't get the benefit of doing an internship. So I'm talking about the MBA program. I didn't do an MSc, so I cannot really speak to those other ones. But for the MBA program, if you happen to enroll or be admitted to the 2-year program, there are some advantages to it. You get probably, like, I would say about 2 cracks at the job market, because after you complete the first year, you have the opportunity to do an internship during the summer vacation for like 3 months or so. And if you do the internship with an institution that you love and you perform very well, they are likely to give you a job offer.
Okay.
And that becomes your first shot. If that doesn't work, then you have the opportunity again to go through the recruitment during your second year. Right. So that gives you a long runway to take off into the job market. But if you do the 1-year program, you got to be pretty sure of what you are doing, because during the 1-year program, there is no internship for you. As soon as you come to school, you should be focused on the job market.
Yeah.
Right. Because the 1-year program, too, remember, is a crash program. I did it from summer to spring. I came in May 2019. School started June 2019, all the way to the following year, May 2020, when it ended.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to juggle the academics together with job search.
And
so the moment I hit the ground in June and started, I already began to network and other things, because, hey, school is good. Grades are good. But you should remember, it depends. If you come and your main reason is just to come in and the experience and the qualification and go back home, then just focus on academics, get the experience, and then you go back to Ghana. But if one of the main things you are thinking about is to be able to come into the system legally and find work, especially through the platform of education, then the moment you hit the ground, begin networking, leveraging your school's alumni and resources.
Yeah.
So let me just backtrack a bit. So, like, these are the kind of things that informed my decision of which school I was going to go to. So first of all, like I said, I looked at a 1-year program, and a 1-year MBA program, you are limited. So I remember I applied. So Notre Dame was the only one I think I applied to. I think Cornell's MBA also did have the 1 year. I'm trying to remember. I cannot be sure. But the option that I had was the University of Notre Dame, Mensa Business College, and then Northwestern in Illinois, which their business school is called Kellogg. The Kellogg cornflakes that people eat. Yeah, so their business school is called Kellogg. And then there was Marshall Business School. I think Marshall should be University of Southern California. USC.
Okay.
So I think these were the three main schools that I remember. I cannot remember the Cornell one if they were really doing the 1 year. I can't really remember. But these were the three schools that I was looking at.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get into Kellogg. And the main reason I couldn't get into Kellogg was, remember I told you I had like 12 years of experience. So that means that I was a Methuselah, right? I
You're
had finished school.
overqualified.
I was, or not overqualified, but it's like I'd finished school for quite some time. And there was a particular requirement for quanti, the other thing that we call quanti back in the university, quantitative methods.
Yeah.
And some other particular courses that they said you should have finished. It shouldn't be more than 10 years since you completed those courses. Right. And I'd already done those courses during my undergrad years in the University of Ghana. But because it was more than 12 years, it was more than 10 years, they required me to rewrite those kind of courses. And I just told myself that, Jack, I'm not prepared to do that kind of thing. So that took out Kellogg, USC, which is the Marshall Business School. That was in California. Cost of living was going to be very high in that particular place. And I really wasn't prepared for high cost of living based on my budget. So I decided USC was out. So the only school that I felt I could apply to was Notre Dame. And thankfully, I did get admission into Notre Dame. So,
okay.
I don't
so
know
that means
if
that you
this
came
helps.
to the US on the ticket of, on the admissions with Notre Dame University.
Yep.
And that was the 1 year program you just came to do.
Yep.
Okay, but at the time, what can you tell about the admissions requirement? I mean, maybe English proficiency, either TOEFL, GRE. I mean, since it's just a 1 year program and stuff like that, were you required to evaluate your transcript and all that?
No, I mean, since we are coming from an English-speaking country, Ghana and our education were taught in English, there was no need for an English proficiency test.
Okay.
With the requirements for Notre Dame, I know you needed either a GMAT or what's the other one? Is it GRE?
GRE?
Yeah. So either the GMAT or the GRE, I think. Yeah, that's the equivalent of the GMAT. So you needed that. You also, of course, you needed your transcript from your school, your undergrad. They also required you to do a certain slide. Just to talk about yourself, which was interesting. So there was a slide that you had to do, I think a 4-page slide with pictures just to talk about yourself. You would also go through an interview.
Wow.
And then I think you had to write an essay also about why, you want to come and do the business, you want to come and do the MBA.
Is it like the statement of purpose we would usually call it?
The what?
Like a statement of purpose. Is that how you call it?
I think a statement of purpose probably is a bit different from...
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit different from the essay as well. Yeah. So I think there was that one too. And then you complete the form. You need references as well. And so you add the references. And if you have somebody, an alumni from the school, recommend you, then you can escape the application fee. For Notre Dame, that's what happened. I had an alumni who referred me. Sorry, who referred me. Yeah, I think the word was referred. So who referred me, and that saved me the application fee. That you have to pay, I think, $150 or so, or $200 application fee. I don't know what the price, the fee is right now. And then you just apply, and you get an and they will that if now one thing about Notre Dame was you didn't need.
Bro, I think your network is buffering a bit. Your network is buffering a bit. Can you position up a little bit?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Your network was buffering a bit, but I think is getting better. If you can have the phone a little bit close so that maybe you speak up a little bit so that I can hear you clearly over here. And so,
hello,
but did the admission come up with any scholarship with you or something like that? Okay. As
hello,
I'm trying
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Bro, can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can hear
you.
Can you
hear me? Yes, I was asking if the admission came with any sort of scholarship for you at University of Notre Dame.
Yes, it came with some scholarship. I did get some scholarship. It wasn't full tuition scholarship because it was very competitive. I'll be very frank, my GMAT score wasn't the most competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So things they look at include a GMAT score, and then also at what point in time of the admission cycle that you got in. So normally your best chances at getting the most when it comes to scholarships is to get in during the first wave of applications, because at that point in time it is a fresh pool. They're now going to start allocating. So if you get admission during the first round and you perform very well, you are likely to get more scholarship. As the rounds increase, right? Second round, remember, it is a fixed pool of funds. So by the time the first round is completed, they've already given out part of the scholarship. So the amount of scholarship that is left, it dwindles as the admission rounds progress. So you are likely not to get a lot, that is, if any, if you come into the last round.
Okay.
And I think I was either the second or the third round.
So how much was the deficit? How much were you supposed to pay out of your pocket apart from the scholarship that was given to you? Do you still remember that?
I mean, yeah, the school fees was like $78,000, and I had about I had like $25,000. Yeah, I think I was $25,000 scholarship. So I had to cough up like $58,000. That is for the tuition. But remember, MBAs are expensive in the US. I mean, there are other courses you can come for. Those are not very expensive. But MBAs, particularly education in the US, MBAs, they are very expensive. But you also have to look at it from the other side. It's an investment, which would likely pay off. So that is also another reason why the choice of school matters. When you are entering into a school and you are making investments like I did, please make sure that you are going to a school which has, one, a very strong alumni base.
Okay.
Number two, their employment rate after school is also very high. All right. That is, it's a high percentage of the class gets into the job market, probably 3 months after finishing. These are things that you need to look at. All right. People can make their choice of going to any school. I won't begrudge you for that. But just make sure that if you are thinking of getting into the job market, sometimes, or most often than not, and I'm speaking humanly speaking, we know the God factor is there if you're a believer or whoever you believe in spiritually. I am a believer, so I can talk to the God factor. The God factor is there, but you also need to play your cards also very well. Right. So that informed my decision of Notre Dame, because they did have a high probability of employment after school.
Okay.
And some of the institutions I wanted to work with, they recruit from Notre Dame. So these are things that you should look at. Don't just hope that, I've gotten admission, I'm coming here. Nope. There are you need to look at all of these things, because you can come get into one school like that. The school fees can be very cheap and easy on the pocket, but what about life after school? How do I get into the job market? Is their alumni network strong? Can I find alumni of this school in high places in the companies that I want to work my way into? Right. These are all things you need to look at. So anyway, that's how much I had to make up for it. But at the end of the day, too, I'm sure you know there are also ways to finance it. That is, some people take student loan. Within the US, hardly would you get a student loan from the banks. You can only get a student loan from the traditional banks if a citizen or a legal permanent resident is willing to co-sign or guarantee for you. Other than that, your only choice would be to fall on the international institutions like I did with Prodigy Finance, that is based in the UK. In the US too, you have the other one. I'm trying to remember their name. Empower, yes. But there are differences with both of them. Prodigy doesn't finance every school as well, so you need to go through the list of schools that they finance for for graduate studies. I don't know about Empower, but the difference between Prodigy and Empower when it comes to financing is that for Empower, you'll be paying the interest whilst you are still on campus every month. But for Prodigy, they can defer the interest until I think either 3 months or 6 months after you finish school.
After school, yeah.
So that by that time, by the grace of God, you've got some work that you are doing, then you're in a better position to start paying the loan.
Interesting. I'm so kind of keen on the fact about how your visa processes will go for you, because normally the high number of people would come for maybe an associate degree that is 2 years, and maybe Bachelor of Science 4 years, and a master's also for 2 years, but you were going for just 1 year. So how did the visa interview actually go for you? I'm sure you had it in Accra, right?
Oh yeah, I had it in Accra.
You didn't travel to Guinea-Bissau?
No, I didn't have to.
So imagine Norbert right now in the embassy. How they did go for you? That first one, that was your first attempt, right? You had it just once.
Yeah, I mean, so yes, it was just the first time, and then test the background. It wasn't my first time in the US. It was only my first traveling experience. I told you I had been working for 12 years. Yeah. I'd already traveled to the United Kingdom probably like 4 or 5 times. And so I already had the travel experience. Yeah. And I'd been to the US also once. Actually, I'd been to the US the year before for my friend's wedding.
Okay.
So that was in September last year. That's when I had I had the B1, B2 visa already in my passport. But because I was going to go for school, I need to go for the F1 visa. So I did apply for it. And at the point in time I was going for the interview, first of all, I was working in a banking institution. Yeah. So I built up some savings personally. Number 2, I already had approval from Prodigy that they were going to help me pay for my fees. So I already had that also on my file. And then, I mean, I had additional support from an uncle of mine who also wanted to use the funds to help me out. So I had that letter also with me. And when I walked for the visa interview, I think first question was, okay, so what? Oh, you want to go to school? Which school are you going to? I told them what's the program. I told them, and then I think they asked me how I was going to finance it also. And then I just told them, I just mentioned it to them that, yeah, personally, I have my own funds. My uncle was actually the last. I mentioned my own funds, and I mentioned the Prodigy as well. And I think I was about to show them the document, but honestly, I don't think they even took a look at my documents. It was just 4 questions that they asked me. And then, and then she asked the question that I know a lot of people normally are very afraid of is, are you married? Do you have any children? That kind of, because they're trying to look for ties that you come back. And when she asked me, of course I wasn't, so I just told her no. And then she looked at my face for some time. Then she went back to look at her computer. I mean, it wasn't my first time, so I wouldn't say I wasn't tensed or anything. I just answered things casually, that kind of thing. And so she just took my passport. And you know, for the US, once they take your passport, then you know that, all right, Afa. I think the only thing that happened was when I got my passport, they had cancelled my B1, B2. Because I still had, like, the B1, B2 that I had was 5 years.
Yeah.
And I was less than 1 year into that visa. So they stamped it cancelled, and they only gave me the F1 for 1 year. Because I was coming for the 1 year. So I said, Cho, you have cancelled my 5 years. And I know there were some people, they never cancelled their B1, B2. They still, their B1, B2 was still valid, and they still their F1 for them. But I mean, all that is history right now. So
you should have told them that, can you please let my B1 be there for me? Don't attempt.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it's all in the review now.
So they canceled the 5 years and gave you 1 year.
Then they gave the 1 year for the F1.
Interesting. So let's now talk about this. So this 1 year, it means that the moment you finished school, you equally applied for what we call the OPT, right?
I mean, but you apply for the OPT whilst you are in school. You don't wait to finish.
Yeah.
Right. When you're about the spring semester, I think there's a time that the USCIS or whichever institution is responsible for it opens it up. I think it's normally in February or so of the spring semester.
That's for the spring,
so whilst you are in, then you apply for it so that hopefully you get it before you are done with school or you go for your vacation.
So, generally we know that after, let's say after school, so assuming you finish your school, let's say 10th of December, and then you have to start work, let's say you put on the 15th of December that you're going to start work. When the 15th day comes in December, and then you have not gotten any work, after 90 days, you got to leave the country or you get back to school. That is the thing. So how did you balance your case? Were you tense that maybe you were not getting a job quickly or whatever it is, or you got a job before you applied for the OPT, so you knew the day you were going to start?
Well, yeah, I mean, by the grace of God, I was successful during the fall recruitment season. I mean, the fall, that is the first semester of school. That's the fall semester. I was lucky I got a job and accepted an offer that is with the institution that I'm working with right now. And so I knew when I was supposed to start work. The only thing was I definitely had a delay in my OPT coming in.
Oh, so
almost all my friends had, no, there wasn't premium during our time. The premium is a new thing that recently came up. We didn't have premium in our time. So most of my colleagues did get DS before vacation. I didn't have my vacation. I was supposed to start work the first week of July. I ended up starting work the last week of September, all because my OPT never came in. And I was tensed. I was very, very tensed. I mean, the rule didn't apply to me. Why? Because I didn't receive my OPT yet. I was still waiting for the OPT, but I had a job, but I couldn't work without the OPT. And the reason for the tension was I thought they could pick another person to do my job.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because you've gotten a job, come and work, you are saying what? OPT. Maybe there are other people on the sidelines who didn't require OPT, maybe
OPT,
US
yeah.
citizens or other people who already had their OPT that they could have picked up.
Mm.
But I thank God for the institution and my manager who I was working with. They assured me that, hey, Norbert, your seat on this team is reserved for you. It doesn't matter the time that you get your OPT. We will wait for you to get it. And that kind of eased the tension on me a bit.
So you wanted to start, you said first week in July, right? But now ended up with last week or first week in September?
So I ended up starting the last week of September.
Wow. But all those times, I mean, your I-20 probably should have still been in touch, like you were still in legal status and everything with your school. Yeah.
Yep, I was.
Yeah. Well, so now your thing, your course is not a STEM program, right? Is it?
No, it wasn't as at that time. I think now they've made it a STEM. I'm not sure, don't quote me, you can do your own research. But my program was in STEM. So I just had the 1 year OPT. I didn't have the optional
extension, whatever it is.
36 month. Yep.
So I'm asking this question leading somewhere when we have to talk about work visa, right? Somebody may be thinking that since your OPT is just 1 year that you have to work, if you finished school in the year 2020, by now people are expecting that maybe you are done and then maybe you're coming back to Ghana, or you might have gotten some sort of sponsored visa or authorization. I wanted you to share some little experience or some of your processes in that with us briefly, please.
Yeah, so the good thing, this is my experience, right? And it might not be everybody's experience. So when I got a job, signed the offer letter. That was somewhere in November 2019. November 2019, 2020. Yeah, November 2019.
Yeah.
And I'm still left with 1 semester to finish school, right? But what my employer did was, whilst I was still in school and they knew I was going to start the job in July, they decided to process me for the H-1B visa.
Wow.
Which is, visa for qualified skilled workers, foreign workers. So they did that in March 2020 whilst I was still in school.
Wow.
So the good thing was I was very fortunate that I was picked during the lottery in March. And so being picked doesn't mean that you are going to get an H-1B. Being picked just means that, okay, you can apply, right? Because remember, they only have 85,000, either 82 or 85,000 H-1Bs they give out in a year. And there are more than 85,000 applicants. That's why they resort to the lottery system.
Lottery thing, yeah. That is what most of the people, they do not know about. They are just thinking that the moment the company says, I'm going to file for your H-1B or your work visa for you, is a sure thing.
It is not automatic.
It is not. Yeah.
It's a lottery system. And I know people who are not even lucky the first time. There are some people who are on the STEM. They've been in the H-1B lottery. They've done it for 2 years and still they didn't get it because it is a lottery. Right. So they put me in during the first time in March. My name was picked, and then they proceeded to apply. So what helped me was the OPT delayed, but I got approved for the H-1B. But then the H-1B would also take effect only from October 1st.
Of which year?
Of any year you are given, the H-1B, I think, normally takes effect from October 1st.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So mine was taking effect from October 1st, 2020. Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I was able to start work the last week of September was my OPT came in around September 17th or 18th. That's when I had my OPT card. So I was able to work with my OPT for a week or so. And then when October 1st came on board, I mean, the OPT was temporal for just 1 year, but my H1B was for 3 years. So the H1B took over from October 1st.
Wow. Lucky you are, or should we say Grace was speaking for you? Because your employer even said that they're going to reserve your seat for you no matter I mean, when it comes to the delay of your OPT approval, they're still going to reserve that for you. And even before you started, was it before you started that they worked on the H1B, or by that time you were already working with them?
No. I told you before I started. Once I was in school, that's when they started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grace, bro. Can somebody tap into this grace? Please put in the comment section that I tap into the grace, because they work on these things for you before you start work. That is a whole extension giving you.
No, but I think, honestly, any employer who picks you up, who knows how to do this thing, it's something that they will do, because, like I told you, it's a lottery system, so they have to get in early, so that if it doesn't happen that you are choosing during this March 1, then next year around March you'll be choosing. Because remember, I only had 1 year.
1 year. Yeah.
So if they hadn't put me in during the March 2021, it means that I would only have one shot at the H1B lottery, which was going to be the following year, March 2021. So it was prudent for them to give me that first shot in March 2020. And if I wasn't chosen, I wasn't picked, then I'll have a second bite at the cherry in March 2021.
Yeah.
I'll be understand. So it's something every business or employer who is familiar with this would do. So,
but in your case, you are also lucky or graced because they decided to do it for you, to file for the H1B for you, because there are lots of companies that they are not filing for H1B for people. They don't want to because it's money. They're not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just money, but it's a lot of scrutiny as well. And then also, I mean, let's face it, if the same job description, it can be cheaper for them just to get an American citizen or somebody with a green card
to
work, and they don't have to go through hiring lawyers to prepare documents. It comes at a cost. There was something which I wanted to say, yes, that being an international, you are also limited in the jobs you can apply to.
Yeah.
You can only apply to jobs or apply with employers who are prepared to sponsor you, right? If an employer is not prepared to sponsor you, then you're just wasting your time. So for me, like this, even though there are a lot of institutions that I could have applied to, I sieved through the employers and looked for those who were prepared to sponsor me. So at the end of the day, I only had 4 first round interviews.
Okay.
I passed to the second round for 3 of the interviews I went through. And then I had offers from 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So you realize that I was limited. Whereas if maybe you are a resident, whether by green card or by citizenship, it's like there are so many opportunities. But then again, the other thing I just also want to mention is, sometimes you hear this thing, there are so many opportunities in the US. There are so many opportunities in the US. It is true. There are so many opportunities in the US, but I also want you to know that it is a very competitive process. There are people I know that they apply to thousands of jobs and they are still looking for jobs. I'm not kidding you. It's not like I'm not saying hundreds of jobs, thousands of jobs.
That is so
there are
true.
people I know, they apply for almost 100 jobs every week.
Yeah, I have one friend who is currently doing that. He says he's in New York. We graduated together. So he says that because he's not having anything to do at this point, when he wakes up, just to sit applying to getting to 100 jobs like every day. Every day. So that should tell you how tight the system is going to be now.
Yep. So don't just take it that, people say, there are so many jobs after school. The jobs are there. But remember, it is very, very competitive. And so you need to be at the top of your game. And whichever God you pray to should also be on your side. Because there are people who come and they are not successful with the job market. They have to go back. And there are some who come to and they are able to make it. So at the end of the day, I just want you to know that the risks are real. Just have it at the back of your mind and try to have a plan B. That if I'm not able to get a job, blah blah blah, what's the next plan for me? But these are things you need to think about, especially if you took a dollar loan, like I did, to finance your education. Right? You need to think about all of this. I'm just being very real. Okay. You need to think about all of this. And you don't get a job, you have to go back home. I have to be earning series to be paying a dollar loan. I mean, that's one that can be very, very stressful. So please just think about all of this whilst you are making the decision. I did an MBA. MBAs are very expensive, but then it is an investment into yourself and into your future. If you are able to land a very good job here, it can pay off. It can pay off. So that is what I would say.
Wow. What a lecture, what an informative session that this has been. This is what I like about these sessions that I would love to have. I didn't want the session to be like the usual study abroad session that I mean out there like that. This is something we call like information. We are not just teaching you or informing you about how to get your visa, although we are doing that, but we are letting you know about the realities on the ground and then how you could get yourself prepared to navigate yourself when you get here, right? As my brother said, of course, opportunities, they're here, but you need to get yourself prepared. Imagine that maybe your OPT should last you for about 1 year, and then you, as he said, you went for a loan, maybe Empower loan. They've given you a time that maybe 3 months after work, you're going to start paying everything, including your interest. You're going to start paying it off. But this 3 months, your focus is also like, how do I get a job? How do I get a job? How do I get a job? So if it's not coming, you're also thinking about, how do I start paying this loan off? How do I start paying it? It's something else. So we are talking to you in this regard that you pay critical attention about the selection of your school too. As my brother said, that he had to focus on which particular school can make even life after US work. Of studying in the US work for him. And that is why he decided to go with the University of Notre Dame. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that is it for you. So if you maybe you're thinking that, I just got admission to how do I put it? Excuse me to say, one cheap school, and then maybe the cost of attendance it's about 20,000, and then you're excited about it. You are not thinking about life after school. You'll probably be shooting yourself in the foot. And so this is something that we want to have with, just let it out to you guys to just learn about. Apostle, I want to come to you just in about 1 minute. Your last words from looking at the entire process, getting admission and getting your visa, getting scholarship, and then rounding everything up, like life after school in the United States of America, even looking at what is currently happening in the US. We have there's a change of administration, there are a lot of things that are changing. Things that you probably know in the past 2-3 months ago, those things are no more the same in the US. So, Apostle, what do you think? What can you share with me and the Prosperity students who are joining us currently?
I think we've already said a lot. There's this Bible verse which says that which one of you who plans to build does not first of all sit down and ascertain the cost, whether it's able to complete that building project, or which one of you going to work does not first sit down and see the size of the army, your strength, and that if you're able to win this war. If you see you cannot win, the Bible says you send an emissary way ahead of you to go and discuss or negotiate peace terms before your enemy comes to fight with you. What I'm just trying to say is that people, at the end of the day, this is your life. Sit down, plan, think through it, and above all, I'm a believer, so I'll just advise, pray about it before you make the move. Because God knows the future. Not every one of us needs to be in Abuja. The grass is not as green as you might always think. There are people here who are also suffering. There are people here who are doing 3 to 4 jobs to pay a bill. The question is that what you want to do? I am fortunate. I'm not working 3 to 4 jobs. I just work 1 job and I'm able to pay my bill. And there are others also like me. But there are others also on the other end who are really, working a lot of jobs, and it has its own implications. So at the end of the day, plan, pray, do your research well, and leverage the resources. There are many people out there. Speak to people. Information is your biggest asset coming to the United States. If you don't get information, I am telling you, your life will be very miserable. Information is key. So please talk to people. And who you talk to matters. If you talk to other people, they'll tell you, school they won't here, bruh. Come and do these warehouse jobs, work in McDonald's. These things. I mean, let me tell you, and I know it's concluding words, but let me just check this in. At a certain point in time, I worked in my school's cafeteria just to make ends meet. I had money I could take care of myself, but I didn't want to waste or spend all my savings taking care of myself. Even though I worked as a bank manager back in Ghana, I took off the bank manager dress, put on an apron. I was preparing cappuccino, mochaccino, sandwich. And sometimes my own colleagues, I sit in class with, they'll come and see me behind the counter. Hey, Norbert, today is it written on my forehead that I served mochaccino, cappuccino, and all those things? No. That's what I'll tell you. Humble yourself, do what you got to do. God bless us all.
Wow. That is what we're talking about. Sometimes you look at the situation and then you want to, make some little bit of adjustment just to make it happen for you. So, Apostle, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. He is one of my, busiest brothers I've ever had. So I actually had to catch him up from one appointment, and then he's actually heading to somewhere else. So, Apostle, I call him Apostle Norbert because he's a minister of the gospel, and those are the kind of friends sometimes you need to have around you. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, let me see. Let me see if I can do 10 minutes with everybody. If you can just share this link in just 1 minute, just share the link in 1 minute, right? Let me see if I can answer some questions that you guys have in the comment section for me. Things are getting critical in the United States of America. We need to have a talk. We need to get you the necessary information that you need. Okay, we need to get all these things for you. So let me see some of the questions in the comment section currently. Okay, so Dr. Doom says that waiting for GA. I have 2 admissions. Dr. Doom, can I know the schools you've applied to, and then which schools have I'm actually giving you the admission? So let me do this before that. Is Prince also says that okay, so I chose a date in July for my visa interview because of my anticipation for the GA decision. Okay, keep me posted. Let me see, or let me know how those things are going for you. And then also Everything Speed. This sounds like a spiritual name. Hello, Mercury. I've applied to a university and I am done with everything, but they are waiting for my transcript evaluation, and I just made payment. And Wes is actually WES, said it will take up to 6 weeks. 6 weeks, right? But what term are you planning to get into? Is it fall 2025 or spring 2026? Let me know. Everything Speed. There is another clarification is bringing to me here. It says that for me to get my evaluated transcript, it's worth. Are you trying to say, is it worth it as at now? Because I have about 3 schools waiting for my West. It depends what admitted term or what term you're looking at. If you're looking at fall 2025 currently, it may be too late, even considering your visa dates and sometimes even scholarship and stuff like that, because most of the schools, the scholarship dates, as I said, my school currently, today is the last day for all the prospective students who wants to get into school or get into the program with the school scholarship. Today is the last day. Today is the last day, particularly for those who are maybe undergraduates. They want to come here to maybe do some sort of degree, like associate degree and all that. Today is the very last day for them. And so Everything Speed, you may have to look at this thing, consider a couple of things. Number one, what term are you looking into? Is it fall 2025? If it is 2025, you may be a little bit late, because 6 weeks is about a 1 month, 2 weeks. However, you can give it a shot depending on the school that you want to get into, right? And let's see, Christopher Cujo is saying that Everything Speed, you should have gone in for Spantran. Okay, that is an advice for you. They are faster. Everything Speed again is saying that they specifically said they need West. I don't know much about. Okay, that means that is what the school wants, right? And John Line is saying that informative. Daisy, all the way from Canada, says that I love you both. Thank you. We love you too, Daisy. We love you. And then okay, Ben is reacting to some of the stuff that we have here. Yes, there are a lot of people tapping into the Grays, getting their work visa sponsored. Oh, look at it. That is good. And also I have Kingsley saying that those who are really destined for this USA will always have a job. It is just about God's will for you. Okay, Ben is also saying thank you. And then also Prince also says that, Ray, I took your contact from the group you dissolved. Please don't bring this matter here. But I don't know how to rejoin the group. You can just text me, okay? And I want to also put it out there, the group is not for University of South Dakota, please. It's for students going to other schools. If you want something particular with the University of South Dakota, please, first of all, send an email to the school. Let them know who you are and whatever that you are dealing with. It is very important, right? Okay, so Marvin Banks says that McRae, talk to us about USD's alumni network. Okay, so what have I done? Some of the jobs that I was applying to personally, when I see that, because let's say I'm using LinkedIn, right? So I have it on there that I'm schooling or I schooled at the University of South Dakota. So some of the time the algorithm works it in a way that some of the jobs that you would see appearing on LinkedIn for you, you see the recruiter. So if the recruiter is probably from University of South Dakota or attended that school, you would also see it over there, right? I'm just going to be fair with you guys, right? I've not received any assistance, particularly from an alumni, like recruiting for any sort of job. Do you know what I'm saying? Like from the University of South Dakota, I've not done that. I'm not saying that it is not available, but I've not done that yet. And also, some of the career fairs. This is about me, McCray. This is about me, right? Some of the career fairs that I have been to at the school, because I studied Master of Science in Computer Science, sometimes you would be expecting that you would have a couple of companies who are probably going to be, how do I put it, having something much more to do with, let's say, computer science and stuff like that. But in my case, I didn't get a lot of that. I just want to be honest with everybody, right? I didn't get much or a lot of that. So most of the things I did them outside the scope of the school. However, I am not saying that these things are not possible. I'm not saying that they are not possible. This is just in my case, right? So you may have to look at all these things pretty well. There are a couple of people, they got some job. Some in Avera, some in Sanford Hospital, other companies who would basically come, some business people, some accounting people, they would probably get some internship and some other stuff. Just to get on with when it comes to do with the career fairs organized at University of South Dakota. Although that helps. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. And so that is in my case, but that is how that can help with, whatever it is. And so, Marvin, that is it for you. And then you're saying that general employability after school. Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing. Oh, this is Chinonso. I want to try to mention your last name. Unwanevu. He's from Nigeria. He happens to be an alumni of University of South Dakota. Chinonso, are you at a good place, or do you want to join me for about 5 minutes? Do you think you can join me 5 minutes to talk about recruiting alumni stuff, if any of that has been helpful to you? Chinonso, let me know in the comment section if you have 5 minutes to join me, but if not, that is fine. Everything Speed is still saying that, McCray, which master's program will be ideal to pursue with bachelor's in information studies and psychology with a 1-year experience in administrative assistant? Number one, this is not a STEM program, right? You know that. Okay, so we can do that, right? Please check your WhatsApp right now. I'm sending you the link to join me. I'm so sorry, guys. This is very important to me, and I want us to get into that. So I've sent you the link. See if you can join me. So this program that you're talking about, Everything Speed, this is not a STEM program. And so if you're saying that which master's program will be ideal to pursue with bachelor's in information studies and psychology, bro, can we schedule some meeting after this? Because I want to understand you, because I've seen that you're asking a lot of questions. I want to get where you are coming from, right? I want to get where you are coming from, and I want to understand you. Oh my God. And so somebody is asking that, McCray, why did you choose USD? That's a big question, right? Why did you choose USD? I think I did a whole video about this on my channel, so please try to watch that. Number one, the schools I applied to, USD was looking like the best fit for me at the time. And then sometimes we are all different depending on how God wants to deal with you in your particular situation, right? How God wants to deal with you. For me, it got to a point I was depending solely on hearing the direction or the processes God wants to lead me on or lead me with. Do you understand that? And so I went to University of South Dakota. this is where I am. I mean, somebody is saying that McRae, everything that is, oh my God, let me see, everything that is required of me for my I-20 has been submitted, but I have not heard from the school afterwards. I have called them, sent them a mail, but no response. I am worried. Oh, Emmanuel, I submitted my document on the 24th of December. Jesus is Lord. This is 2024, and you have not received your I-20. Are you talking about USD? University of South Dakota, go Utes. Oh my God. Anyways, let's see. Another one again. Emmanuel, let me know what's up, okay? Prince Owusu is saying that what leverage does special education student have at USD regarding job opportunity after completing my course? So I understand that special education, sometimes you can go to teach, right? You can go to teach and all that. So sometimes there are some schools currently, they're looking for teachers. People don't want to teach in the US. They don't want to lecture in the US. So that could be a great opportunity for you if you want to teach sometimes too, right? Okay, so Chinonso is here. I want to talk just 5 minutes with Chinonso, a little bit just about work life after school, right? He happens to be an alumni. He graduated a semester before I did, and then he did what we call sustainability. And many of you have reached out to me that McRae, we are coming to do sustainability. What do I know? And then basically some advice. So this is the man. I'm bringing him on right now. Okay, all right. All the way from Nigeria. Oh, okay. No, so you're currently in the US, right? You studied Master of Science in Sustainability.
Yes.
Okay, so what can you say about the career fair? Those things, I want to just be honest, please. The career fairs at USD, you had a lot of influence at USD, so people get to know you and all that. I want us to also find out how those influence, if they've been able to help you in job wise after school. I just want us to say the truth to the people, right? And then sometimes searching for job after school, getting your OPT. I remember when you were packing out of Remini. So talk to us, the career fairs and stuff. What do you think? No, so I want to hear from you. Sustainability, what's up?
Well, yeah, my name is Chinonso. I hold the Masters of Science in Sustainability from the University of South Dakota. McRae is a very good friend of mine who also
my God.
University of South Dakota. So about the career fairs at the I think based on what we have there, they are good. And University of South Dakota is located in a region that we have a lot of agricultural activities, on a lot of stuff about nature. So we have those kind of companies surrounded around that area. And also South Dakota is pretty good in health. And that is why we have some of the strong brands in healthcare like Sanford.
Afera, yeah.
So we have those guys. We also have some biotech research companies, around South Dakota. So if you're looking at going into biotech, health, sustainability, agricultural sustainability, those areas, sustainability is very broad. It's interdisciplinary, so that you can come in from virtually any field to do sustainability, because the issue of in the earth a better place is everybody's business. It depends on you. I would say on the second note that it depends on you if you would succeed upon graduation. People come with the notion that the US has a lot of opportunities, here. It's true, there are a lot of opportunities, but you need to search hard to get them. Even United States citizens find it challenging to get jobs. And looking at what is also happening currently, with mass fires and stuff in the current situation, it makes the job market a bit congested, challenging for people who do not have experience to get jobs. So you need to top up your game, and it's a game of numbers again.
Yeah.
I remember when I graduated and I started my searching for jobs. I started searching for jobs before graduating, doing 10 applications a day. At some point, I moved to doing up to 50 applications in a week.
My God. Charlie, it's not easy.
Don't even get to hear back from them.
Yeah.
You hear from them, and sometimes it ends with unfortunately.
Once you see that, I have one of the emails that I recently got. I mean, some of the jobs that I applied long ago, they're now rejecting me for that job.
Yeah, I was still getting, when I started, I got my job and started working, I was still getting rejection mails. Applied 4 or 5 months ago, even up till they just mailed. I remember a job that mailed me 2 months ago that I applied last year, telling me that they have closed the position. Imagine if I was waiting for that job.
Yeah,
I would have gone to Ghana by now.
See, okay, let me show you. I want to show you one of the how do you call it? Where's my share, guys? Let me show you one of the the emails I recently got. Right, guys, this is not easy. Look at this. So guys, can you see the screen? So it says that, dear McCray, thank you for your interest in this role of entry level. This is even entry level. We want to let you know that we unfortunately can't share me.
So you should be discouraged.
Say that again.
We shouldn't be discouraged by rejection.
No. This is just to basically let them know that these things happen. But you have to have your God on there. You need to have your hope. Keep your focus on there, because Charlie is tight. So you need to ride hard. You need to ride hard. If it doesn't kill you, it would only make you stronger.
Yeah.
So guys, when you are coming, as Nonso is saying, know that numbers are involved. He started from 10 applications a day to about 50 applications, and you can imagine. And if you don't, as we said, if you don't have your work after let's say within 90 days, so you lost a couple of days on your OPT. Same I did. I even lost more of the days more than you. You get that?
Yeah, but my loss of days was because I had delays with the approval of the OPT. Yes, because I got an offer earlier on.
So if they had picked you up, would you call them that? Would you tell them that you had your OPT pending? Okay, but now you're in Nigeria. Oh my God, we thank you for wisdom. We thank you for grace. We thank you for everything that happened. Look at it right now. We are both here trying to encourage you guys, whatever it is, know that God can do it. All right, God can do it. Nonso went through it. I remember his last days in Vermilion. Trust me, you don't want me to talk about it. I remember his last days in Vermilion, and my transitioning time to the working time. Hey, God, build network, have people who can keep on giving you information. Nonso, Master of Science in sustainability. So and this guy, influential, plenty publications, recruiting people for sustainability at USD. This man, you should check him out on LinkedIn, right? Connect with him. Sometimes some questions you can just ask him, and then he will be of a very great resource to you. Check him out. Chinonso Nwanevu from Nigeria, Kogi State.
I'm not from Kogi. Okay.
Where are you from? Delta or Enugu or what?
Imo State.
Imo State. So you are Igbo?
Yes.
Igbo Kwenu. Igbo Kwenu. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot of questions coming in. I just showed this email. Somebody was saying that, with a master of computer science, I'm telling you, so we are fighting with a couple of categories of people, right? You are fighting with.
Let me even say something on the computer science. The degree here experience is more valued than degrees.
Yeah.
So you are, for a computer science graduate, you are You are battling with no experience. You are battling with tech people who have been fired from Google, Microsoft, Amazon, who have years of experience in, let's say you are in cloud engineering or software development. There are people, thousands of people who do not have a job, who are well experienced more than you.
Yeah, so some of them laid off also because of COVID.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get back. They have upper hand because when it comes to referrals, which is a critical thing, they have personal relationship with these people. And here you are, an international student. You just graduated. Who do you? Is it you know? So you know, or who do you know?
Constraints. Some of them ask you, will you now or in the future plan to apply
visa sponsorship?
Once you answer yes, you are gone.
The AI, I applied for one job. The moment the job got submitted, I got an email back that unfortunately, and I contacted them like, what happened? They said, oh, did you select that you will need a visa sponsor? I was like, yes. I said, no, we don't do that. Do you understand that? And so even the American citizens, they are equally applying for jobs. Bro, I applied for one job. They called me to book an interview. I'm telling this story as a testimony to everybody here. This lady called me to schedule for a job. She heard me talking and she was like, where is that accent from? I was like, okay, I'm an international student from Ghana. I was like, okay, I'm sorry, we don't hire international students. I was like, oh Jesus, this is the job that I read about, the requirement, and I'm like, I think I'm here. I really think I'm here. Do you understand that? So, Charlie, it is well. We can only encourage people to come and we give them the right information just to make it happen. Remember that with God, it may be impossible with men, but with God, everything is possible. No, so 30 seconds, please give me your last advice to any of the prospective students before I wrap the show up, please.
So for people who are coming to study Masters of Science in Sustainability or any other program at the University of South Dakota or any university in the United States as an international student, my advice to you would be to be focused basically in your area of endeavor, whatever you are studying. And secondly, to look out for, make connections. Thirdly, look out for strategic things that can help you develop and build a very strong, career path in the field. Go on LinkedIn. There are people who have gone ahead. Go on LinkedIn. Go on, several, professional network and platforms where you can who have gone ahead. Look for a mentor if possible for you. Look for a mentor who you can emulate and ask questions. So these are just a few tips I can give you, and just be determined. It's not easy, but you would laugh at last.
Well, guys, I want you to take whatever we are telling you like seriously. Nonso went through it. Here he is. I went through it. Here am I, telling you all this stuff, and we are giving you some of this information that we were not having, right? But here we are trying to provide all these things for you, so please take an advantage of it. But with this computer science stuff, you have no idea. And then Amos is saying that, Charlie McRae, you are inspiring me to embark on this journey. Yes, please do it. I am in my final semester at GCTU. Okay, that is the school I had my undergraduate degree. And the Dennis is saying that amazing. I'm changing my course. Hey, my okay. Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, you want to change your course? Okay, let me see. You got to get in and talk with me. Let's see what can happen, guys. So before you make an informed decision, there are a lot of things. It's not just about getting one school, going to get your visa. Life after school is getting some way. So I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm saying this stuff to you so that you are well prepared. Ask the necessary questions. Sometimes when you get in touch with these schools, ask them that what is the relationship with the alumni or with a certain alumni with current students with regards to jobs. Like, I mean, you have to talk with them. talk with them, ask them this serious question so that they know that you are not just coming just in a way of coming to the US. No, you got to ask the critical thinking questions. Like, you need to ask them, right? You need to ask them. I didn't ask some of these questions, and I've learned it like the hard way. And that is why I'm sharing this information with you, right? So guys, let me know what questions you have. I told you at the beginning that I have a new segment like Ask McRae. You can record your questions and send it to me, right? And then I would also reply, make it like a short video and send it to you. That is about me showing my love to you. So you can write the hashtag like Ask McRae, and then let's see how these things can go. You can connect with me on my social media platform. I'm back on TikTok again. They got me banned because they said that my face doesn't look like someone who is above the required age. I'm like, Charlie, hey, do you know how old I am? And so I just got an account back. I have my Instagram also back. You can look at it. It's McRae_Sogam. Guys, check it up and follow me. And I want to beg of all of you, please share the channel, share this video, just put it up on your status with me. Let people join, subscribe, and watch. We want to help as much as we can. Please, if you're watching me right now, just share this link. If you're able to do it, sometimes you can take a screenshot, send it to me. I'll do a reshare. I love to do that. So let me know. Follow me on Instagram, McRae_Soga. Connect with me, TikTok, whatever it is. Just join me. Let me see what's up. So by next week, Saturday, I'm going to have another wonderful interview. By now, you should be giving me, let me see the questions you're having so that I'm preparing the content with my team. We are talking about it, how we can go about it, just to get you guys well informed about the things you should do, right? It is very important. And I want to say thank you to Chinonso. Says thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you, Nonso. Nonso, I think we have to do a lot of sessions to help some of the students. They are even coming to do sustainability, so we got to help them on that. We got to talk about scholarship that you got, how that thing worked out for you. And so Amos, I have about 2-3 minutes. Amos says, please get someone from Master of Science Accounting or MBA. We just did MBA today to share the experience with us. We just did an MBA today, but you can let me know what particularly you want. Benny says, thank you so much. Benny, thank you so much. Benny is actually the name of my second sister. And then Ofori Mausi says, thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you. But please subscribe and share this link. Share the link. Share the link on your status. That is one thing you can do to help me also. It is very important. And like the video, like it, comment, and share it. Thank you so much, guys. I need to go now. So I want to say God bless everybody. Remember that the God factor is always important. And also remember that getting the information, the right information from the right person, sometimes the people who are living the experience that you are talking about, these are the people you should connect with, right? You can connect with McRae. But you can connect with McRae. so that we can tell you some of the things that are so real on the ground. We help you to come in here and then also let you know how to make it happen afterwards. We're trying to, particularly even the Ghanaians on the platform, trying to put up a group that we can have all the Ghanaian students in the US studying, so that sometimes we can connect and see what we can put together to help some of the prospective students. I'm going to have the link probably in my YouTube's bio or whatever it is, so you can check it up maybe sometime later. But these are for just students already here in the US. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let's talk later. God is good all the time. Okay. We'll talk later. Have a good one. Bye-bye. The 2 bags I brought today.